everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Mid-Nite Spookshow podcast, episode 2. We have a packed show tonight. Not too packed, but we're going to be talking Quentin Tarantino. We're going to be talking Slipknot. We're going to be talking physical media. We're going to be talking Blair Witch. We're going to be talking about the new Alien. We're going to be talking about Sasquatches. It's packed tonight. Shane?
It's jam-packed.
Shane, is there anything you want to add to that?
I think you added it quite. Anything that could be added. I mean, I can't do much better than that, honestly.
All right, well, perfect. Well, I am one of your hosts. I am Billy from Toys from the Crypt here, and one of your other hosts. This is a co-joint. There is no main host and my co-host. There is no and my co-host. There is just your hosts.
Hosts with the most.
There you go. Yeah. And on the flip side, we have...
Yeah, you got me and your boy Rotten.
Just me. Just me. I'm over here.
Just me. I'm just here.
I'm doing things. I'm doing this little podcast thing for my buddy Billy just to do him a favor.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he just said, "Hey, you do your own thing, but can you do my thing too?" No.
That's right.
No, this was
how you been?
This was a joint decision. Let's put that out there.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been all right. You know, it's been a week.
A week.
It's been a couple weeks. You know.
Yeah, man.
Nothing too exciting, honestly. Just
Yeah, man.
Work, home, and sleep.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of comic book pricing.
You've been busy.
Doing a lot of Pokemon card pricing. I've been doing a lot of action figure Funko Pop pricing, action figure pricing.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about your next show you got?
Oh gosh. One of my local shows here in town. It's called the Muncie Comic Con. It's just a little local thing that my local comic book shop puts on. The lady that puts it on, her name is Christina Blanche, and she recently came out with a new series. Her and her partner. It's called Old Boy. Have you heard of it?
I don't think so. New series as a new comic series, you mean?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I don't think.
Basically, it's John Wick, except for John Wick dies, and the dog seeks revenge.
Huh. So it's like a. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Old Boy. Okay, that's an interesting concept.
Yep. But anyways, that's one of her new books. She's working on something else too. But they're all great people down there here in town. But
so she runs the store, but no, she puts on the.
So she runs. There's 2 comic book stores here in town, and she runs the downtown location. Like, not that there's 2 of the same comic book stores. There's one that's a whole separate entity, but she runs the downtown location here in Muncie.
Oh, cool.
And she just started to get into running a little local community Comic-Con,
Right.
To kind of bring, it's we push a lot of comic books, and reading comic books, it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing.
Right.
Reading comic books ain't a bad thing.
I mean, I think, honestly, reading comic books, like, because, back, 10, 20 years ago, reading comic book was considered being a nerd. Now,
I know.
It's like comic culture's become such a thing. Like, it's like everywhere. Thanks to Marvel.
It is. Yep, it is. Thanks to Disney.
True.
Yep. Good old Disney. They will own us one day, Shane.
Do what?
I said Disney. I said they're going to own us one day.
I hope not.
Oh, they will. They are acquiring things very fast.
They're gonna own the world before too long. Because it's a small world after all.
I mean, I've never been down to Disney before. Have you?
Disney World, no.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I'd like to, but just to think about the prices of it is just.
Well, see, that's what I'm getting at. I'm a bit of like a theme park like fanatic in like a weird way. It's so I don't know why, but I
Describe
love.
the weird way.
I don't know, like how many people do you know that likes theme park history or like amusement park history?
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I like theme park history. I mean, look.
Well, it's just useless knowledge.
I mean, it is, but I
basically.
mean, it's cool to know. Like there's. Look at Kings Island,
But
for instance. Look at all the history behind Kings Island.
but it wasn't later in life until I realized that like there were two Disneys here in North America.
Oh, you didn't realize that?
And
Yeah, I always had to ask.
no, I thought Disney was always in Florida. I had these VHS tapes. They were little promotional tapes that show off like Disney and shit. And I'd sit there and watch them and like one day dream, oh, I'm gonna be in Disney one day. I've still never been to Disney yet.
I mean, I've been to Universal, that was really cool.
See, that's basically Universal is gonna be my Disney, I guess.
Right.
I like I'm not necessarily a Disney fanatic, and I'm like, oh man, the new Disney movie's out or whatever. I know some people are, and that's cool and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But like Universal, like everything's there. Jurassic Park, Jaws, Psycho,
Is
all
Jaws
the
still
history.
there?
But well, no, but like you can still go there, and I think Field animatronics still might be there.
Yeah, I think they still have like maybe an homage, like not an homage, but a memorial thing for it.
Yeah,
because they took that out because they built the Harry Potter thing, and I think that was part of it. Universal anyway.
Well, I know like a lot of the Universal Orlando history, I guess. Especially like there's this really good channel on YouTube. They are called. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking right now.
Refer to your notes. No.
I am going to refer to this big tablet right here. But anyways, his whole channel is dedicated to like theme park history.
Huh.
And he's done Kings Island, he's done Cedar Point, he's done, all these things, but he did a Halloween Horror Nights history, and it's like 35 minutes long, and he documents like how Halloween Horror Nights became, who was in charge of it, and documents every single year and the history behind the characters for each year, and Jack and the director, and all the themed characters that Halloween Horror Nights would have. Like he documented all this stuff,
huh.
And it kind of he gives a really cool history on like the themes for every year, and when they started to incorporate bringing like Blumhouse in and like doing promoting the new Halloween at Universal Horror Nights because Universal had the Halloween license.
Right.
But Halloween Horror Nights documentary. See it? Yeah, here it is. Theme park history. That's what it is. It's called The Theme Park History of Halloween Horror Nights, 1991 through 2018, Universal Studios Orlando. And it is 34 minutes long.
Dang.
And I recommend it to anybody that, A, is a theme park / Halloween Horror Nights fan, or B, always wanted to go to one of these things because he documents very well, like, certain patterns to look for, because it's just a whole rabbit hole. Watch
Right.
it. Watch it. Theme Park History, Halloween Horror Nights. You'll know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, that's
But it's just useless knowledge, you
yeah.
know?
I mean, anything that we're talking about here is pretty much useless knowledge, but
But it's
it's our
entertaining
knowledge.
knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
It's
Um,
ours.
well, I don't know if you heard, but apparently Quentin Tarantino has abandoned his movie, The Critic, or The Movie Critic.
Yeah, I was seeing stuff about that. Like, I don't really follow Tarantino a whole lot, but I remember, I mean, I follow movie pages, and of course they post about, this. And then I saw that it was supposed to be his final movie or something.
Yeah, you told me in the past you don't really follow Tarantino, but Tarantino's one of my favorite directors.
I have
He's
nothing
probably
against him. I'm not a huge
he,
Tarantino fan.
yeah, yeah. But he's easily probably my top three, maybe if not number two. But yeah, it's supposed to be his last movie, and it was titled The Movie Critic or The Critic.
I think it was called The Critic.
Yeah, and it hasn't really been leaked exactly what it was about, but I can only believe it would be meta in some way. Like, I don't know if maybe he would be playing himself in this movie because he has acted before in his own movies
Right.
multiple times. So he could be like playing himself, and like maybe he's writing Pulp Fiction, and he's writing Death Proof, and he's writing Jackie Brown, and he's writing all these movies. And we get to see meta-wise into this critic or this movie critic head that's attached to Hollywood somehow, how Tarantino's actually attached to Hollywood, being a director and writer. I don't know. That's just speculation on like one way they could go with it, but yeah, nobody really knows anything about
it. Yeah. It's just weird though. Like, it was just kind of random. Like, why would he just randomly I don't feel like doing this now?
I don't know if it's rewrites. I don't know if he thinks for it being his last one, it needs to be better.
Maybe he's gonna write something else.
Yeah.
It's hard telling. I mean, people just like, let's throw this one out. Well, we'll just throw this one away. Yeah, it's weird because it was supposed to be like his final movie, and then he's just like, nope, I don't think I'm going to do it now.
Well, I also seen where Martin Scorsese, surprise, has casted Leo DiCaprio as Frank Sinatra in his biopic as Sinatra.
Huh. I didn't hear anything about that one. I don't. Martin Scorsese just seems kind of like a whiny bitch to me.
Yeah? Expound, Shane.
Oh, man.
That's a very big statement.
He's very opinionated. Let's just put it at that.
I don't know enough about the guy to even make an opinion on him. I know that he's made comments in the past, like being at the Oscars and saying things like, well, superhero movies, shouldn't be at the Oscars, or things like that.
Yeah. If it's well enough made.
Yeah, I mean, there's superhero movies. Superhero movies probably carried the movie theater chains like through COVID.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spider-Man No Way Home, I think broke or almost broke $2 billion.
That movie, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it deserved all the hype too. It was great. I saw that opening night.
$2 billion
to a packed theater, and I mean, I hate packed theaters, but it was kind of cool because you can tell everybody there was a fan. because everybody was like, reacting at the same time. Nobody was talking. Everybody was just like dialed in. That was like one of the first times in a packed theater like that it was actually a pleasant experience.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy that Indianapolis is getting an Alamo.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I'm very happy Indianapolis is getting an Alamo because Alamo Drafthouse is a movie theater chain that caters to movie fans and film fans and cinephiles. That specifically, they're going out and they're looking forward to enjoying this movie uninterrupted.
Right.
Because you're going to a theater, so you're already paying too much to be there.
True.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you go to like AMC's now and stuff, and everybody's just dude, it's at big movies like the Batman. Like the Batman's such a big movie to me, and like I don't know, I seen it in theaters 3 times.
True.
And every single time there was cell phones out, people casually scrolling on Facebook.
That's just people just don't enjoy it. Like their attention spans are just not there anymore. Like, I'll do that when I'm watching a movie I've watched 1 billion times, maybe, but like when I'm watching a brand new movie I've never seen before, I'm not going to be sitting there on my phone scrolling through Facebook.
Well, and for one, that movie theater was packed. All 3 times. So it's like, have some common courtesy and just stay off your phone.
It'd be great if they just...
Why is it so hard?
Well, because people are just attached to their phones. I can't say a whole lot because I'm on my phone quite a bit, but like, man, they just need to implement some type of like no phone policy.
Well, that's where I was getting at with Alamo Drafthouse. Like, their policy is, and I believe they have attendants that stay in the movie theater during the movie session because you can also order food and whatnot while you're watching the movie.
That's cool.
But if your phone comes out, like, they'll give you one warning, and if it comes out again, you're getting kicked out.
They should do that. I think that should be a thing at all theaters.
Yeah.
Did your electric just go out?
Well, I have a little halo, ring light back there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it just got really dark in there.
Probably timed off.
I'm a little scared.
It's okay. This is the Mid-Nite Spookshow podcast. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I would turn my light off, but it would just be completely dark in here.
Yeah, and actually, it's almost midnight. It's 11:57.
Yeah, I was telling her today. I was like, yeah, we're gonna be doing it probably pretty late. Maybe we'll do it around midnight. That's the concept, but we never do it at actual midnight.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like a late night thing almost. It's like both times we've recorded so far has been late in the evening.
Yeah, that's just my schedule, brother.
Yep, that's the same here. Like we have to shoot these according to each other's schedules. I had this week,
and we have the exact same schedule pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it also just depends on if I have the weekend off or not, because that's when I have nighttime. Normally I'm at work right now, or normally you're at work right now.
Yep.
So that's our schedules, people.
Yep. Did you see Robert Edgar's? There was a showing of Nosferatu at one of the film fests, and a leaked photo surfaced that Bill Skarsgård is the Count.
Yeah, I don't know how legit that is, though. Like,
what, that picture?
Yeah.
It's a legit leaked picture. I think it was put out by like Variety and Hollywood Reporter.
Maybe it was.
So, yeah, so like if they're putting it out,
Well,
plus like there's been a showing and it's done, it's out there. So,
right.
I mean, people's gonna snap pictures.
True. That is true. People do not know how to like
keep things a surprise anymore.
Discreet. Yeah, we gotta spoil everything. If that's the case, though, I kind of hope like maybe the look changes throughout the movie or something, because it just looks like Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep.
The world is indeed a vampire.
World is a vampire.
Speaking of Smashing Pumpkins, did you see that they announced their new guitar player?
No.
So recently, one of their guitar players decided that he was just like up and gonna. I think he left the band just because he wanted to do other things or whatever. So that left them without a guitarist.
Creative differences.
Yeah, that's what they all say. But they're probably just tired of Billy shit.
Man, he's too busy booking NWA Power, brother.
Yeah, but they held a contest to get a new guitarist. They had submissions basically. They would have and see who was the most qualified, I guess.
Yeah.
And they picked this girl. I forget. I don't remember what.
Oh yes, I did see her. Is she like some Asian chick?
Yes, something like that. I'm not sure the national.
Yeah.
Definitely like more in the bracket.
I scrolled. Yeah, I think I scrolled right past it, and I think my initial reaction was I seen Smashing Pumpkins, I seen new guitarist, and I seen the girl, and I went, "Huh, that's cool."
It's funny because why do they need 3 guitarists? Because Billy is a guitar player, James Eha is a guitar player, and then they got I don't know, maybe she's. It's like Smashing Pumpkins songs aren't that complex. Instrumentally, anyways.
Man, the music, especially the hard rock metal scene right now, is kind of. Did you hear that? Was that me?
I don't know. Like, did your voice peak there for a second?
No.
No. I am hearing something.
I was going to say, I plugged my iPad in to charge it, and my computer made a big bong, and I didn't know if I got it. Anyways, I was going to say, speaking of guitarists, I don't know if you've been keeping up with all the stuff about like Motley Crue and stuff.
Yeah, they just released a new song.
Yeah. Listen, I can go on and on about Motley Crue. Motley Crue is probably one of my top 10 favorite bands.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Crue fan. I'm crazy about some of the choices they made in their lives, of course. That's Crue.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Being a fan, sometimes these bands you like, they make just goofy decisions.
Yeah, well, it's like,
look at me. I mean, decisions.
It's like, look at me, for instance. I'm a Blink-182 fan. I've had to go through Tom leaving 3 times, basically. Or at least twice.
Well, I mean, try being a Kiss fan.
Oh, gosh, I know. But yeah, it's kind of weird that, like, this is post-Mick Mars, like, era. But don't get me wrong, John 5's I think he's gonna smash it. But the bad thing about that is the songwriting is just, I don't know.
So that's what I wanted to touch on. I wanted to touch on John because we're both big Rob Zombie fans.
Oh yeah.
And as people know, John 5 left Rob's band to do the whole Motley Crue thing. and pretty much replace Mick Mars.
Yeah.
Because Mick Mars is not in the best of health at all.
Well, he's just over bullshit.
Yeah, that and that. But as John Five said on Eddie Trunk's podcast, he said, I talked to Rob about it. Rob understood. Like, he's like, Motley Crue is one of my favorite bands, and they just asked me to be their Mick Mars. You know what I mean?
That's pretty wild because, like, I remember hearing, like, John Five saying, like, he grew up listening to Motley Crue. He's like, that's like a dream come true for him, really.
Yeah, so he does that, but, like, in the back of my head, I'm just kind of thinking, John had a really nice gig with Rob.
Oh yeah,
but I can also see why he wanted to do the whole Motley Crue thing, because I have nobody to say an artist shouldn't do what they're feeling, in real time. Like, if that's the decision they think they need to make artistically, then I guess they need to make that decision. But I just seen where the new deal Motley Crue got, like, John Five isn't benefiting at all from anything. I came across that on Eddie Trunk's Facebook. I think I seen it, but it's like this whole article on, like, Motley Crue's new deal and their new song dropped, and basically people feel really bad that John Five basically left this really sweet gig with Rob Zombie,
right.
What the Motley Crue could have, did the whole thing, but then they announced more dates. Then all of a sudden this new song comes out. And now, like, John Five's, I don't know, not getting anything.
No,
I'm sure it's not anything necessarily. Give me a second.
Because he's like an official member now. He's not just a touring. Because for a while there,
well, apparently the deal was really fucked. It was a fucked deal.
Well, anything with Motley Crue is,
But yeah, of course I can't find it out. But apparently it was a fucked deal. That, of course, John's obviously going to get compensated. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, your core Motley Crue members, your Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, apparently they got a really, really awesome deal compared to John. And what I was getting at with Kiss is, it's the same way with Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. They're in Kiss, but they're not necessarily in Kiss.
Right.
They're hired guns. They are there to do a job, and they do a very great job. There are a lot of Kiss fans that bitch and moan, oh, they're wearing Ace and they're wearing Peter's makeup, and it's not right. People don't realize that's Gene and Paul's decision. They've said multiple times, we want the image of Kiss to stay alive, so, like, we're going to keep this image, and they're going to wear it. Eric Singer, respectively, was in the band after Eric Carr. Like, when Eric Carr left and got sick, Eric Singer joined, like, non-makeup era. And then Psycho Circus happened, and Kiss got together and did the whole, like, reunion tour with Ace and Peter. And basically, at the time, Eric Singer went on hiatus, and Tommy Thayer was being Ace Frehley's, like, sound tech guy, like, guitar tech at the guy at the time. And because Ace Ace forgot all of his songs. He didn't know how to play any of his songs, really. So Tommy had to reteach Ace all of his songs lick by lick. Fast forward, Peter Criss leaves. They bring Eric Singer back in. Supposedly, Peter Criss was being difficult to work with. He says otherwise. Dude, brother, they go back and forth.
Well,
there's no way into it.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting to is there's no better person to put on Ace's makeup than Tommy Thayer. He had to reteach Ace how to play his songs. So what I'm saying is Tommy does his job well. Eric does his job well. However, they're not getting the same cut as Gene and Paul.
Of course not, because they're not members. They're members, yes. They're part of the band, but they're not members.
Yeah, and it sucks because there's a lot of Kiss fans that hate them too, but then there's a lot of Kiss fans that are normal that are like, it kind of sucks. Eric Carr and Vinnie Vincent, they got to do their own portrayals of their own Kiss character.
Right.
And as good as a drummer that Eric Singer is, and guitarist that Tommy Thayer is, they could have created their own character, and I think that would have went well with Kiss fans a little bit more.
Speaking of Eric Carr, did you get my post about the that Karma still has some more of those box sets?
Karma does have some?
Yeah. They posted about it. I don't know if they got more or something, but I tagged you in the post. I don't know if you saw it or not. I knew that was one you were after.
Do you just want to talk about Record Store Day?
We could talk about that, but I really don't want to talk about it. Because that was a fiasco that I still mad about.
Well, I will talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, we told you guys previously about Record Store Day. I attended Record Store Day.
I did too, sort of.
Shane did too, sort of.
We'll go into that in a second. I'll let Billy talk.
Yep. I was going after a couple things. However, my store is a very small store, and they really didn't get much of anything, really. But they did get the little Peak 45 that I was going after, and then my wife was going with me as well. And she just got into this artist. Her name is Chapel Roan. She's very up and coming right now.
I had no idea who that was. Still don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like girly pop stuff.
Okay, so stuff I'd probably like then.
Dude, I mean, I'm not gonna sit over here and shame you for it because I like Chapel stuff. I can listen to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean,
I can listen to Olivia Rodrigo. I can listen to Sabrina Carpenter.
I mean,
no shame.
There's nothing wrong. I grew up listening to pop music before I found the metal.
Yep, NSYNC. That was me.
NSYNC, man. See, like, if you're either NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, but I like both.
NSYNC, brother, all day.
But NSYNC, I think, is the yeah. But the thing with that is, though, Backstreet Boys are still around.
That's because Justin Timberlake he doesn't need the money to do an NSYNC tour.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake has gone way downhill, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's been in the news recently.
Well, just his quality of music that he's put out just hasn't been very, very quality.
Yeah.
Like he put that Justin the 2020 experience or whatever that he had, like, what was it? Mirrors was a pretty good song. The Suit and Tie song was cool.
Yep.
After that,
the last good one.
After that, though, it just kind of just went downhill with the quality.
Yeah. Well, we got our records, I guess, but I was going after that Eric Carr box set. It's a really cool box set. The little eyes light up in the back and it glows through, and it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. and everywhere sold out. My record store didn't get it. You had a bull crap time. You'll tell us about that in a second.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, nobody wants these Eric Carr records. And I'm going on every website. I can't find them for retail at all. I'm only seeing resale.
Of course.
And I am literally getting on like YouTube Record Store Day live feeds and saying, I will PayPal you money right now to pack up and ship me one of those Eric Carr records. Just take my money. Just take it. And like I get no response. I'm like, I want one, and then nobody wants to buy these. I want one.
But
now apparently Karma has a whole stack.
Yeah, I think they made a post about it today, or well, it might be yesterday now, but that they had some in, so might be looking into that.
All the Kiss fans are already seen it. They're gone, dude.
That's not true. Anyway, who wants to hear about my Karma, my record store day experience?
Was it an experience or a nightmare?
It was a little bit of both. It was let's just say it was frustrating because.
All right. So chronologically, tell us.
So chronologically, I get up there. This is in Indianapolis. I get up there, and it's about quarter till time they're about to open. And of course, I have to find a parking spot, which is a nightmare in itself, because the place is in a small little outlet, like center, just a little plaza. So I ended up parking across the street, and I get in line, and I'm waiting, and they finally open. And they're letting people in, like certain amount of people in at a time, because this is how they work. They're going around giving you a list of all the releases, and you check mark which ones you want, and you give it back to them, and they'll go basically
check the stock,
basically getting it for you. And so I had that, and I stood in line. Fast forward like an hour. I'm like not even halfway through the line yet, and I'm starting to have to go to the bathroom. Keep in mind, like every store in that plaza is closed. They're not even open.
You should have went when you clocked out. Dude.
I didn't have to go when I got there, but of course, as I'm standing in line, I'm waiting. I'm gradually having to go more and more, so about another hour passes. So I was in the line for about 2.5 hours. Like 2.5, fast forward to that 2.5 hours, my kidneys are about to give out on me. I finally get inside, and I'm asking the guy, I'm like, hey, you guys got a bathroom? And he goes, no.
Sorry,
we don't have a bathroom. I'm like, how do you guys go to the bathroom then?
Dude, I ask the same thing every time.
But anyway, so I'm in there. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just, I'll meander around and stuff. And long story short, I end up getting out of the line because I had to go to the bathroom. And I didn't get back in line. So
you got nothing.
I got nothing. I went for two things. Well, I was going for one or the other. The one was Poppy Eat.
Are you in the Poppy now?
Dude, I've liked Poppy.
Really?
Yeah, Poppy's she's very all over the place.
She knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, she's really unique. She did a song recently with Knock Loose.
Yeah, she got a whole gimmick going. She knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, she's really, honestly, she's pretty talented. I'll give her that.
Yeah, she's
kind of like a new age female Marilyn Manson, if you will.
Do you remember before her music career? Do you remember her?
She was like an android. Yeah, her videos
dude.
Where she would just sit on the video and go, "Hi, I'm Poppy."
Yep.
Like literally,
there's like
the first video was that, and she did it for like 5 minutes straight, and that was it. And it's just,
there's like
what in the uncanny
there
valley
are
is this?
there are rabbit holes dedicated to her and her content.
Well, look at Sleep Token. Look at all the lore behind them.
Well, I just mean in general, like of people saying that she was being forced to make those videos and she really didn't want to make them and she was subliminally saying something. Stuff like rabbit holes like that.
Yeah. People will make a rabbit hole out of anything, though.
Reddit, man.
But I was after that, and I was also after, I'm not so much into them nowadays, but the album that was Asking Alexandria, they had Reckless and Relentless, and like it was on like a gold sleeve vinyl. And I really liked that album. It would have been cool to have.
I was never into them.
I liked their earlier stuff, and then they kind of got, I don't know, I just got out of them, really. It's one of those things where you just kind of quit listening to bands where it's like there's a lot of bands I used to like that I haven't listened to in a long time.
I don't know. I mean, sure, there's music I've listened to in a long time. But, well, Slipknot.
Yeah, we can jump into Slipknot for a little bit.
So Slipknot, me and Slipknot have a love-hate relationship.
Same.
Yeah. Are you in the know about anything what's going on with them right now?
So, I mean, I've been looking up on it. I've seen the whole shindig about their secret show that they had.
So, for those of you that don't know, recently in Slipknot fandom, Slipknot news. So, let's start off with Jay Weinberg
Getting cut.
Departing from Slipknot.
There was no departing. He got cut.
So Jay's out. Creative differences is basically what they said it was. I love Jay. I thought Jay was the perfect. I don't even want to say replacement for Joey. I just feel like he was the next best option to have in the band as a drummer.
Oh yeah.
Jay fit the look. Jay fit the role. Jay was a Slipknot fan. He was a Joey fan. He respected Joey. He wanted to honor Joey's legacy, and he did to the best of his ability. But there was a departure, and there was another departure, right? Somebody else was let go. Was it Chris?
Well, Chris Fenn got let go a long time ago. I think you might be referring to maybe it was Craig.
Okay, yeah.
But that was before, that was kind of a little bit way before Jay got cut.
So Jay was the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
pretty
on track.
Sure.
Okay, so Jay gets cut, and then like Slipknot's not. We don't hear anything from Slipknot. And then out of nowhere, they released this teaser video, and it's like you got to figure out the teaser video and whatnot. And the fans figured out the teaser video, and they're playing a surprise. They were playing a surprise pop-up gig at Pappy and Harriet's in California. That's on the outskirts of Los Angeles. It's a little small outside club, meaning it probably holds 800 people max, I think they said it was.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up. Tickets were $9. People were rejected because too many people showed up. But tickets were $9. It was a very small show. Nobody knew what was even going to happen. Nobody knew if they was even there until they got on stage. Nobody knew if it was going to be a concert, why it was going to be really. And a lot of the fans said that the energy was pretty crazy. Because think about the last time Slipknot's probably played an 800-person crowd.
Back in their beginning, probably.
Yeah. And I could only imagine, nothing official has been released from Slipknot yet, but I could only imagine some way, somehow, it was being documented on film. Because surely they'd want to document this new era as what the show came off to be. This is like a new era for Slipknot again.
Hopefully it's going back in the right direction instead of, into this newer sound.
They played a lot of self-titled.
A lot of Iowa.
They played a lot of Iowa.
And they even looked, some of the members even put on some of their classic masks from the old albums. Like
Corey's was really resemblant to the self-titled dummy and the Iowa mask, yeah. And it was almost like a human rotting skin version of those masks.
Yeah, and then Sid had the gas mask looking thing.
Gold plate?
Well, I wouldn't say gas mask. The one he had on Iowa, it was kind of had the mouth and the two eye holes.
Yeah, it was plated all gold.
Yeah.
Did you hear about their new drummer?
I don't know. I have no idea who it is. I saw the name, but I wasn't familiar with it.
Eloy. Does that name sound familiar?
No.
Eloy. He is an ex-drummer for Sepultura, I believe.
Oh. That's another band I've heard of, but I've never really listened to.
What I'm seeing from this show that Slipknot played to 800 people is there was a lot of fans saying that Slipknot's sound, their rhythm, sounded way better with Eloy than what it did with Jay. There's a lot of people that said Jay would play a little bit more faster tempo and whatnot. But most of the feedback I was seeing was Eloy's tempo being very close to Joey's.
Huh.
People were saying that Corey sounded really good. I seen some of the songs. Corey sounded like, that really mean Iowa Corey.
Yeah.
And not 0.5 Great Chapter Corey.
Stone Sour.
Stone Sour.
Don't get me wrong.
No, man.
Don't get me wrong. I like some of Stone Sour stuff, but yeah.
But no, I don't know. It's very interesting being a maggot right now.
That is true. I'm interested to see where they're going with this.
I can only hope the 25th anniversary is coming up soon. Their jumpsuits had a 25 logo right here.
Yeah.
That was new. Their jumpsuits were like old Iowa jumpsuits.
Yeah, well, even old, self-titled.
Yeah,
they used the red ones.
I can only imagine they're going to be announcing a 25th anniversary tour soon with the new guys.
Fingers crossed. Cause a self-titled album is just that's my Slipknot album.
That's yours.
That's my favorite. That was my first Slipknot album, and that's my favorite, just because I feel like that's their. I hate to say it's their best work, but it's definitely some of their best work.
They've not gone back to that since they've surpassed it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They did the self-titled, then they did Iowa, which was a pretty. I like Iowa, but I don't like it. Like, people say Iowa's their favorite album, and I'm like, it's good and all, but it doesn't have, self-titled just has more of a vibe.
It's more raw.
Yeah.
It's more raw. they did not have near as much production money as they did for Iowa.
That is true.
Iowa, their songs off Iowa that made it into Resident Evil.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal for a little band with 9 people in it out of, Iowa.
Yeah. But speaking of like going back to Mate Feed Kill Repeat, did you see the original Slipknot singer release that?
Yeah, I did. Notice I'm yawning right now. That's my thoughts on it.
Oh yeah.
It's just a money grab.
It kind of is, yeah. It's just kind of interesting that you can actually finally because it's hard to find.
I can't listen. I really don't like Mate Feet Kill Repeat.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's more or less a demo tape to pre-Corey Slipknot.
Yeah.
As people may know, this was before Corey. Man, I'm sorry to say it, but Volume 3 for me, that's my album.
Volume 3?
Volume 3 was my first Slipknot album. Yep.
It's good. It's definitely solid, but my problem with it is the production of it bugs me.
Well,
it's almost
at the end of the day.
It's almost
it is a Rick Rubin production at the end of the day, really.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm getting at here.
So,
had Ross Robinson made Volume 3, I feel like it would be a lot heavier.
Yeah, probably, but also at the same time, everybody in the band wasn't even talking. They recorded Volume 3 in a mansion.
Yeah.
They didn't even play as a band, really. Everybody recorded separately. Nobody was getting along. Everybody was having problems.
Yeah.
The band really doesn't like Volume 3. Before I Forget got them a Grammy and everything. But as we all know, Slipknot doesn't. They went to the Grammys not giving a fuck about getting a Grammy.
Yeah. The fact that we had Slipknot at the Grammys is pretty sick.
It is pretty sick, actually.
The whole thing,
Slipknot too.
The whole thing, I think, is sick.
Yeah.
If you listeners out there are curious, you know that you'll have to listen to a little Slipknot to find out what that reference is.
The Volume 3 was my introductory to heavy metal.
Believe it or not,
period.
My second favorite Slipknot album is All Hope Is Gone.
Well, I was going to say, when I grabbed Volume 3 off the shelf, Volume 3 came out in 2005.
Yeah.
And I got it in 2006. So I got it a year after its release. So the next rendition of Slipknot wouldn't be until 2008, 2009, the All Hope Is Gone era. Yeah. So by the time that came around, I was really deep into Slipknot. So the All Hope Is Gone era really gravitated towards me because it's Slipknot's new album. I know this band now.
Right.
I love this band now. And even though the album itself could honestly be cut down by a quarter,
there's a couple skippable songs on there, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's one of those albums that it's not Slipknot's best, but it's one of my favorites just because it's, just pure nostalgic reasons.
A little bit experimental, if you ask me, I think.
Yeah, it was, because
that's why a lot of people don't like it.
They always refer to Snuff.
Yeah.
They refer to that, and they call it a Stone Sour song.
Yeah.
A Stone Sour song made on a Slipknot album is what they say.
But that song also did extremely well.
Yeah?
They played that live on, Jimmy Kimmel or something.
Dude, and like that's the other thing. The band doesn't even like All Hope Is Gone in it either.
I don't think they.
At all.
I don't think they like any of their music.
Psychosocial, Snuff, Dead Memories, Sulfur.
Sulfur was good, yeah.
All those songs got music videos. All those songs were hit singles.
Yeah.
That album sold a shit ton.
Psychosocial's probably like up there with Before I Forget.
Yeah, I know.
Popularity wise. And then it sucks because like then they followed it with .5, the Gray Chapter.
Yep.
And that was that was a very subpar record. But then
what was on .5?
They had was the one that had oh crap, the negative one, which was pretty good actually.
Yeah, they had
the Devil and I or whatever.
Yeah, the music video where basically the whole band's committing suicide because you have new air Slipknot. Yeah.
That was the one that was just like, it's all right. Then they released We Are Not Your Kind and kind of revamped themselves. That album was really good.
Yeah, the end so far was just
And then the newest album, let's talk about that for a second. I honestly don't think I've listened to it all the way through.
I've tried.
It's just not good.
No, it's not.
It's not like I've tried listening to it and I'm just like, man, I'm just bored.
Well, that's why with this 25th anniversary, I don't know. You know, how cool would it be if Slipknot didn't do these big tours? What if they only did like club tours,
smaller venues?
What if they did club tours?
What if they came back to Bogarts in Cincinnati? That'd be cool.
I can tell you now, every club show would sell out.
Yeah,
it would be impossible to go to one of those shows. Near impossible.
Yeah. It would like the tickets would be gone and like very quickly. Because there'd be so very little they could, put out.
Quick subject change. Did you hear about
transition?
Did you hear about the Blair Witch guys trying to get? Well, they don't get residuals.
Something about. Yeah, the only thing I've heard about Blair Witch recently was the fact that they're trying to do a remake.
So a lot of the original cast is upset because this whole time they've got no residuals off the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I think I might have seen something on that.
They've gotten no residuals for that movie, no residuals for none of the merchandise, or even the movie that was connected to it back in 2015, I think, that came out.
Yeah, Blair Witch.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm curious because when we were at Horror Hound, they had a Blair Witch reunion there.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing one of the actors at breakfast at our hotel speaking about how they were really surprised about the turnout of people that showed up just to get them.
Oh yeah.
And
well, they had
the
convention exclusive beer was Blair Witch themed.
I wonder if that ruffled up some feelings on if, we've not gotten paid this whole time and like people like love this shit and like we're just over here not getting paid.
Probably did because they probably didn't realize how much of a, impact it had.
And I don't know who has the original rights to that first movie because, dude, I think they made that movie for $12,000 or something
It was, I don't know if it was that low, but I mean, it was pretty low.
Let's see what the budget was for Blair Witch.
Because, I mean, that was back when found footage wasn't even a thing yet.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, that's for 2016. That's not correct. The 2016 budget was $5 million, it said.
Oh, yeah. And that one was subpar. But, of course, if you ask me, Blair Witch Project...
$60,000. $60,000 is the supposed budget for the first movie, and it made $248 million off of the $60,000 budget. Shane.
Yeah. That was one of those word-of-mouth movies.
And that cast didn't see a fucking nickel of that money.
Probably not, no.
I don't know. I'm a big proponent of people getting what they're owed.
Right.
So I know there's a new movie being talked about. So now I don't know if this is going to be a proponent of, hey, before you make this movie, like, y'all need to figure out about paying us.
They won't.
No, probably not.
Studios don't give a shit.
Probably not.
But there was
You want to talk about some physical media?
Yeah, let's touch on that for a little bit, because we're going to have to probably wrap this up here before too long.
Yeah. Real quick, there is a Purple Rain 4K coming out.
Oh, cool.
Really,
I'm not a Prince guy,
Prince
but
fan.
whatever.
What? Oh
No.
my gosh. Well,
No.
I think I'm gonna have to end this.
Okay, just hit end now then.
Purple Rain 4K.
Not a huge. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I just never really got into it. There's a difference.
Understand. Purple Rain 4K coming out. There is a 4K Barbed Wire. Have you ever seen Barbed Wire with Pamela Anderson?
No, I haven't.
No. It is very Grindhouse. It's very bad. It was like one of Pamela Anderson's like first roles. She was supposed to be like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of like the female action of like the 80s. But it's getting this really, really sick box set. I don't know if it's Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome or who it is, but it's getting a sick box set, and I kind of want it.
I feel like I think you mentioned it. I'm not sure. Somebody. I feel the name sounds familiar anyway. There's some I know Killer Clowns is finally getting
Oh yeah.
Killer Clowns is getting 4K, which I am currently wearing.
Yes. Is that the new shirt that just came out?
No, this is the Halloween 3 inspired one. It's the one from Cavity Colors, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that I'm excited for that because I don't have a physical copy of Killer Clowns. Because I didn't want, like, for instance, like the Blu-ray copy, I don't like the cover of it. And I'm weird when it comes to artwork. So,
gotcha.
And then the 4K is supposed to have, like, the original, like... Is there a beeping on your end?
No, there's nothing beeping at all.
I keep hearing something.
Yeah, I don't have no beeping at all on my end.
Yeah. Anyway, the 4K of Killer Clown is supposed to have like the clown finger with the world spinning on his finger or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then they are also releasing a steelbook of that, and which I will be getting probably both versions of, just because I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Dude, it is crazy the type of reception that Killer Clowns from Outer Space has gotten recently.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's gained like a massive cult following. Like, I mean, look at all the merchandise at Spirit.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't find any of that stuff back in like when the movie first come out. They barely made merchandise for it.
Spirit's also responsible for, I think, the resurgence and success of Trick or Treat, like Sam Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat never needed a resurgence. Trick or Treat has. You may be thinking of Hocus Pocus.
No, dude, I'm talking about Trick or Treat.
Well, I mean, Trick or Treat has quite a bit from stuff from Spirit as well. I'm just saying, that movie has been iconic.
See, I don't think it has. I don't think anybody cared about Trick or Treat until they started seeing all the merchandise in Spirit Halloween. In my honest opinion.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sure many people have found it because of Spirit Halloween, but it had a pretty...
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like because that was... Let's talk about Trick or Treat for a second. That was a movie I bought from Walmart back when it first came out in like 2009.
Because it didn't hit theaters.
No, it didn't. It didn't have a theater run. It played at one festival.
Yep.
And it was one of those movies like I bought at Walmart, and I was like, oh, this is going to be garbage. Just because of like, you know, it's a Walmart. It looked like a Walmart movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I put me and my buddy go home. We plug it on and watch it. And we're like, holy shit, that was really good. And now it's one of my all-time favorites. Actually, I still have my original copy somewhere. Don't know where it is.
I don't think nobody gave a fuck about Trick or Treat until recently.
That's debatable.
And yeah, that can be said for Hocus Pocus too. That's another example.
I mean, Hocus Pocus just had that kind of like because of the I think it was like the 25th anniversary for it. They had like a big like
nostalgia.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what really everything like these big anniversaries. Like, look at this year. This is the 40th anniversary for a lot of movies.
Yeah, it is for Nightmare on Elm Street, but like,
not just Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, look at Silent Night Deadly.
It doesn't feel like a 40th is what I'm saying for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, it's Ghostbusters, Night of the Comet, Gremlins, I think.
Yeah, tell me why Warner Brothers would choose to put out the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K first before the original. What kind of business decision is that?
That New Line?
It's Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Because I thought they put out they put out the remake. But New Line Cinema put out the original.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers has the media rights.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Then, yeah. I don't know what they're doing because they haven't released like a legit like Nightmare on Elm Street box set yet. Like there is a Blu-ray set. Don't get me wrong, but it's no like deluxe like. You know, Scream Factory Friday the 13th or Halloween box set.
Well, that's what people want. People ask all the time, like, what do you want that Nightmare on Elm Street box set to like look like when it comes out? Exactly like Friday the 13th. Exactly like it. Same artist, Justin Osborne is his name, I think.
Yep, he does some.
Get Justin to do it. We want all individual cases. All original movie art on all the cases.
Yep.
And some new bonus features. I'd like to see a new commentary with Jackie Earle Haley, honestly. Like on the remake, because he doesn't talk about it much, and I feel really bad for him.
I did too, because I didn't think he was awful. Like he did what he could with what he was given. Yep.
He was doing what he was told.
Because I think he's actually I don't know him from much.
He's great.
But I've heard he's a really good actor and everything else he's been in.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
But like I said, like I feel like the remake gets shit on a whole lot, and I don't think it's as bad as everybody. Like, yeah, it's bad, but it's not.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as bad.
There was worse.
Yeah.
like Hobgoblins 2.
Well, I'll be honest. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake better than the Friday the 13th.
I've heard some people say that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A new Friday the 13th when it came out was great.
I was going to say, I, on the other hand, don't. I like the Friday the 13th one more just because it's Jason.
Yeah.
And Jason's not a child molester.
Yeah, that's true. If we're all being honest, though, we all like the Halloween remake better than both of them. All three of them.
If we're being honest with ourselves, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, the Evil Dead remake's the best remake. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad opinion. I'm not going to say you're wrong because
I just think
I could easily say that 2013 Evil Dead movie is probably one of my favorite Evil Dead movies.
I'm just saying it's really neat.
It's really neat. It's pretty neat.
What's that? I just think they're neat. that meme.
So
physical media. We need to get back into that. We've kind of gone away.
Yeah.
Billy,
so
what do you have for us?
Well, one of the new segments on this show is every show we want to show off a piece of physical media that we own. It can be a CD, vinyl, Laserdisc, Blu-ray, whatever it is.
It's a physical media appreciation.
Yeah, we love physical media here, and we want digital to not take over. It's okay to have digital. It's okay.
It's okay to have it, but you don't own it.
We don't want physical media to be depleted. But
let's see what you got. Ooh, I remember that.
If people notice, this is in the background of my DVD shelf and like all my posts. I remember being a kid, and I've always loved Batman, but I remember being a kid and seeing a Kmart ad for a 66 movie finally going to be on VHS tape. And I was in the first grade, and I saw the ad. It was a Kmart ad, and I told my mom to, like, hey, you think you could get me this Batman VHS tape? Because I thought it was a new movie. I didn't know it was a pre-existing Batman property. And so she gets me this movie, and even as a kid in the first grade, I can tell, like, this isn't a new movie. This looks old as fuck.
Yeah, it's old.
But anyways, that's how I discovered Adam West and Burt Ward in Batman 66. And so when this was announced on Blu-ray, I traveled to the Castleton Mall, and I got there when the mall opened, and I was working a part-time job at the time when this came out, and my whole check went to buying this thing.
Now, is that just the movie, or is that like the series?
This is the complete series on Blu-ray, fully restored, all 3 seasons.
Because I think I remember seeing that at like FYE and stuff.
Yeah. It comes with a little car, some playing cards. It even plays the theme song, but the battery's dead.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it comes with all 3 seasons in here.
Dang.
It looks beautiful, beautiful transfers. But I really love this thing.
Yeah, that's really...
And that's what I wanted to show off. All right, Mr. Shano, what do you have?
I have my Dawn of the Dead box set from Second Sight.
Dude, that's pretty.
Yeah.
I wish I would have got that.
I love this cover, like just the purple background with like the green lettering. And this is cool because, hold on, let me pull it out here. I still have like the sleeve for it. Or not really a sleeve, but it comes...
I keep all mine too.
It comes apart, and of course on the back it says, "When there's no room in hell, the devil will walk the earth." And it comes with like a bunch of stuff. Bear with me for a second.
Please show this, because this is my first time.
It comes with 3 cuts of the movie. The standard version. So here, hold on.
TV cut, probably.
It's got 4 different. There's the standard cut. There's the Kane's extended version. Then there's the Argento cut, and then a special features disc. So there's 3 cuts of the movie alone, and a crap ton of special features. But unfortunately, so this is a 4K set. But unfortunately, it's the special features disc is Blu-ray, but it's a
Blu-ray and it's region locked. Yep.
Yep, and I can't watch it.
Yep.
And then here we have 3 different versions of the score on CD.
Oh shit!
So it's cool. It's got like different versions, different. It's kind of like when they released the extended version of the 2018 Halloween soundtrack.
Gotcha.
Different versions, different cues, this, that, and then it even comes with the novelization. So that's
damn, in a novel.
The Dawn of the Dead novelization, and then this book here, Dissecting the Dead. It's like a big book of like essays and stuff.
Huh.
So this thing definitely, I got this for Christmas a couple of years, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's definitely one of my favorite. It's funny because I remember getting this and I showed it to my brother. I'm like, this is one movie.
This is one movie.
And
I love it.
This big box set. Yeah, this thing was like I think it was like $100 maybe. But definitely worth it because it's way out of print now.
Man, I love those.
And speaking of Dawn of the Dead, let me jump back into that real quick. So not last weekend, but the weekend before, I got to go to the drive-in and see Dawn of the Dead at the drive-in. At the Skyline Drive-In in Shelbyville. That was the first time I'd ever been there, and that was, let's just say that was it was a pretty magical experience because I didn't grow up going to the drive-in. And I've only been to a drive-in once, I believe. So that one, it's really cool because it's like really old-timey. Like, it just looks like it looks like when you enter.
Time capsule.
Yeah, it feels like you're going back in time while you're there. And we had an awesome.
I love places like that.
They had a big cafe where they had all sorts of food. They had an arcade that had a bunch of like old school posters and stuff up. They had older and
new
pinball
machines too.
Pinball machines, yep. They had like an Elvira pinball machine. They had
God, I love that.
They had a Rambo game. I think they had a Jurassic Park. But yeah, anyway, so they showed Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. I didn't get home until about 4:00 in the morning.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, totally worth it. It was cool because they got Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead and Halloween.
He's local.
Yeah, I don't know how local he is now, but I know he was originally from Indianapolis.
Oh, he still lives in Indianapolis.
Oh, does he? I didn't realize that. But yeah, he was there signing autographs. He introduced Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. Like they had like a little platform set up in front of the screen, and they had him speak before the movies. So that was pretty interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Pretty cool.
Had a good time. I went with my buddy Travis.
Have you watched anything new at all?
New wise, I finally watched that Eating Miss Campbell that I talked about last episode.
Oh yeah.
The movie was very much a trauma movie. Let's just put it at that. Very controversial.
That's a good thing.
Very controversial. Very it's very much a dark comedy, and you have to have a certain kind of sense of humor. Otherwise, the movie could be very offensive.
Yeah,
it goes into some dark stuff, but it's funny because it follows this girl who's a goth vegan, and then like she starts developing this taste for human flesh and crap. So it's just like went from being a vegan to a cannibal. So there's just this whole big plot to that, and I don't want to go too deep into it because we don't got a whole lot of time. But yeah, I'd say definitely check it out if you ever get a chance. If you like trauma movies, you like, I guess, controversial movies, dark comedies, because it's a little bit of everything.
I watched the first timer. Me and my wife watched Girl Interrupted.
Watched
you
what?
Seen it?
Watched what?
Girl Interrupted.
Is that new?
No, it came out in the 90s.
Huh.
It has Winona Ryder as the lead.
Girl Interrupted. No, that doesn't.
It has Angelina Jolie as a supporting actress, and Brittany Murphy's also in it as well. It's basically One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but a female version.
Oh, I see. Huh. That's interesting.
I
might have to look into that.
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of psych ward movies, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I like prison movies too, like Shawshank and Escape from Alcatraz.
Escape from Alcatraz is great.
Oh, it is great. I was telling my wife, I was like, man, watching like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because we was rewatching that because we watched Girl Interrupted, it made me want to rewatch that. And there's tons of similarities. It's scary. I kept looking over at it.
Escape from Alcatraz was Clint Eastwood, right?
Yes, it was.
Right.
Such a good movie. I told my wife, I said, you have to watch it. It's based on a true tale too.
I think I remember, because I think I watched it on like AMC, and it had like AMC, like notes.
Yeah, of course you did.
Movie.
That's where I did.
Yeah, and it had like notes and stuff about the movie.
Yep.
I love that crap because like they show like like making of, or like little tidbits about the movie, or like the making of and stuff. But anyway, any pickups recently?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I went to the comic store today.
Today?
Yep, today. Got a fat stack here.
A fat stack.
If you want to see it.
Yeah, let's thumb through those.
Today we picked up. This is like a month worth of my subscription. But
I've been seriously working on comic books lately.
Harley Quinn 39, the new series. Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft.
Nice. I've been wanting to get into that.
Number 3.
Did you read Elvira meets Vincent Price?
Yeah, I have all those as well.
I
get all those Elvira comics in these photo covers because I like them so much.
Yeah, they did that with the Elvira meets Vincent Price as well.
Yep. So I have really all these small Elvira runs in the photo covers. So
who doesn't love an Elvira comic?
I have Batman 146 A and B covers.
Sweet.
I have Batman 137. I was missing it, and they got it in for me. Nothing major, just filler comic. Harley Quinn 38, Harley Quinn 39, and this has intrigued me. I'm a big Batman 89 fan, and the new issue of Batman 89 Echoes that's come out. And check this Tim Burton rendition of Harley Quinn right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep, you got Jack Nicholson up there.
So they did a...
And we have,
so it's a... Is that a follow-up to... Because I know they did Batman 89. I'm assuming that's a follow-up.
Yeah, it is. They got the first 2 series. It's just called Batman 89.
Yeah.
It's volumes 1 and 2. And then this is a new series called Batman 89 Echoes. And I don't know if you noticed, but that's not Keaton. That's like Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Batman-esque.
Huh.
Yeah. So that follows that tale and our new introduction to Tim Burton's version of Harley Quinn.
Huh. That's pretty neat.
So I got those, and I got Turtles 149, Kevin Eastman cover. and Turtles 150 Eastman cover, that issue, double size.
Hey, that's what I got.
That's what you got. There you
I got
go.
I got that today. That's the only thing I got today.
I only get the Kevin Eastman covers and Ninja Turtles.
With the last Ronin, I usually get I usually like to get the standard cover, and then I get the Eastman cover. I saw they had this. I didn't even realize this was out yet.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming out soon, but I didn't realize it had already come out. Man, this thing was $10.
Yeah.
It's also like a supersized issue though.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but I probably will at some point.
I get Monster Bash magazine. It's a little ongoing magazine. That's monthly. It's been kind of boring lately, a bunch of repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to continue getting this one or not. I'll see how it goes. But last episode, I got that Fangoria subscriber Chucky variant, but I got the regular Abigail cover today.
Yeah, I still need to go see that yet.
I'll probably stream it. I'm not going to go to the theaters and see it. Now don't get me wrong. I hear a lot of people saying it's pretty good. It's a pretty fun movie. It's like Megan, but little more of a different twist.
Yeah.
I've not heard bad things. It's just I haven't even seen Ghostbusters yet.
Me neither. I haven't been to the actual theater in a second.
So, other than that, dude, like I've gotten some Pokemon cards, but other than like as far as pickups, that's my main thing.
My pickups have been very slim lately. I've been trying to get caught up on some stuff, and nothing's really been like catching my eye right recently. So, but I'm sure I'll have some stuff coming up maybe for the next episode.
Things catch my eye every day, brother.
That's
every day.
The vicious cycle of looking at the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we have our Las Vegas trip coming up, so
that's exciting.
I gotta be selective on things to buy.
Yeah,
but I'm very much looking forward to that. It'll be a nice little break.
Might get you some souvenirs while you're out there, huh?
Yeah. Do you want me to ramble off a couple questions real quick? Wrap this up.
I mean,
I do have them. If you want me to ramble off a couple.
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you.
It's up to me?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
We got like 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's just do a couple here. Noah Fleck commented 2 questions, but I'm going to pick the Halloween one. Your favorite scene in Halloween 78, Shane? What is it?
Damn. Favorite scene?
I know this could be a very long answer, but
that's a hard answer because it's like
yeah.
I just like any scene where he's just creeping about.
You just see him lingering. You see him like Ghostface back here. He's just back there.
That scene specific, like in the Wallace house where he just right as you see his face in the glowing light, those purple hues. Then there was a scene I want to say where he's stalking Annie. And there's a scene where he's just kind of like, you almost don't even see him, but he's like standing at the door.
Yep.
And just little things like that. Like that's with me. Like when it comes to like certain movies, like it's just the little things that I really like. Like for instance, my favorite part of Terrifier is where he boops the girl's nose.
Well, Halloween 78, in my opinion, is a perfect film, pretty much. It
Yeah.
does what it needs to do, front to back, no issues. My favorite scene, God, man, probably one of the most funniest scenes to me is there's a hardware scene. The alarm is going off at the hardware store at the beginning of the movie.
Aren't you gonna be late?
Aren't you gonna be late? Yeah, and
he yells too.
There's this really quick shot. You see Michael Myers driving the station wagon, and he crosses the train track, and you see him look both ways, and you see him look there. He's being very cautious on how he's driving. I find it funny that Michael Myers is looking both ways as he turns through the intersection.
He's watching his driving.
Yeah.
I also really like when they pull up to the sanitarium and they see all the inmates walking out in the grass, like walking out in the field. It's a really cool shot. It's really eerie.
It's raining. Everybody's in white. It's actually almost reminiscent to the 2018 Halloween where the bus crashes.
Yeah.
And they're all walking in the damn field and they're all over the road.
Yeah, they definitely got their inspiration from that scene.
Last question.
Another question.
I forgot her name. Is it Libby Martin? Does that sound right?
Maybe. I had the list saved.
Well,
I don't have it on my phone right now.
Well, you mentioned Terrifier, and her question was...
Oh, Kim Lehman asked about...
Kim Lehman.
She asked about if we were pumped for Terrifier 3.
I regret not seeing 2 in theaters.
Oh, man. That was an experience in itself.
Yeah, I regret not being able to see 2
I will be seeing 3 in theaters for sure.
I think we should see 3 in theaters.
Yeah, you mean we as in together?
Together.
Yeah. I agree. I think that'd be
that'd be fun.
That'd be a fun group activity.
Because
Terrifier. Let me go back to Terrifier 1. Terrifier 1. I watched that movie every day for like a week when I first got it. That's how much I liked it.
Damien Leone is one of those directors that we don't get gifted with too often.
That is true. He's going to make a movie the way he wants it, whether we want it or not.
Yeah, that's really what I like about him. I'm not the biggest gore fan. I don't watch horror movies to watch the gore. But the way he does it in his movies, like I said last episode, I'm a huge fan of practical effects.
Yeah,
and
he does that all himself, and
it looks great.
Yeah, he is a wizard.
He's a perfect example of somebody that can make a movie for very cheap and
still make it look amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 3 is going to be everything 2 was plus more.
Yeah, and it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, and she said as iconic as Art the Clown has gotten, I've been thinking about that recently, about horror icons. I think it wasn't until Terrifier 2 and just a little bit before Terrifier 2 that the Terrifier and Art the Clown train was picking up fast.
It was
and then
due to Netflix, really.
And then 2 came out the same time Halloween Ends came out.
Yeah.
And I regret not seeing 2 instead of Halloween Ends in theater. But as far as art and the icon thing goes, I think 3 is definitely going to cement art as an icon.
Oh yeah, I mean he's already, if we're being honest, he's already cemented as an icon. But it's going to further cement him into the iconic step.
Yeah, and you know that, and think about that. That doesn't happen very often.
No,
Like who's the last horror icon? You'd say
Jigsaw maybe.
Billy from Saw.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Maybe
really,
Sam
honestly,
from Trick or Treat.
Sam from Trick or Treat, Billy from Jigsaw. I mean, maybe
It just doesn't. It just doesn't happen too often.
Megan's kind of become not like as big as some of the others, but she's kind of become an icon. But not really, I guess. But Art the Clown, though, he's just a new, like, there's just something about, like, Terrifier. Like,
I think it's gonna be a very long time before we get something else like Terrifier again.
I agree, because, like, icons are very few and far between these days.
Yeah.
I mean, When was the last one before Billy? Ghostface?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like early 2000s, late 90s really didn't have any icons, any big hitters.
No, I mean, thanks to Scream for the resurgence of horror in the 90s, really.
Yeah. That was...
yeah, probably Ghostface.
Yeah.
For being honest, probably. Yeah.
96 to 2004.
Yeah. I mean, you could say Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, true. I would say, yeah, Captain Spaulding's definitely an icon. But he came out, that was 2003.
Yep.
So, But yeah, definitely more. He's become an icon, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, Shado, I don't have anything else for you, brother.
I think that's a good place to end on this.
I think it's a good place to end as well. We got a nice solid hour and a half, I believe.
Yeah.
So
let's we want to thank my buddies at the Tomb Tones for allowing us to use their song Monster Movie as our theme.
Yeah, they were very gracious. Thank you. Please check them out.
If you love old school kind of like punk rock, rockabilly-ish, definitely check out the Tomb Tones.
Yep. If you like Misfits, if you like punk, if you like...
They have a good variety.
Argyle, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
they're great people.
Check them out. We can't thank them enough for letting us use that. I'll remember to try to link their Spotify and stuff.
Yeah.
I think YouTube wants you to do some weird verification thing before you can just post links, and attach links to videos. So, but
yeah.
But other than that, thanks for listening to this episode. You can find me at Toy Crypt on Instagram, Toys from the Crypt on Facebook.
Yep.
Shane,
you can find me at, the Rotten Report on Instagram and Facebook, and I think that's about it on that.
Yeah. Don't know when episode 3 will come out. We fly out to Las Vegas on the 27th. So either an episode will be uploaded after I get back, or we'll try to fit one in before I fly out.
Yep. It's all right. These episodes are not exactly planned.
No, it's just, whenever we have free time and whenever we can get to it.
Yep.
We try to get to it.
You'll get episode 3 when you get episode 3.
There you go. But all right, guys, appreciate it. We appreciate the support. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We got 60 views on the last video, and we got I think 20 some downloads. So that's somebody somewhere downloading something.
That right? I mean, it may be minuscule, but to us,
yes,
that's still a number,
Yeah. So thank you guys. We'll see you back for number 3. Peace out.